Here we go, brothers.
Hello, hello, everybody. It's your boy Jay Takashi. I'm here joined to you by my man Tokyo64. Here, my man Wally. And today, like I said, Tokyo64 is going to educate us in Japanese culture and like his life experience in Japan, and just overall give you guys a talk about what you need to be down there, and also, you know, just what you want to do if you want to get a job down there and visit, or just have a good time. All in all, like I said, stay tuned for this. Like I say, stay tuned for this, and also we're gonna get into the intro in about at least a minute or two. But guys, this took a while to plan, and also I'm glad I can get it done because I have the day off tomorrow, which is really awesome. More studying for me, more getting back on my feet, and guys, my sprain has healed up a little bit more, so I'm good to go back to really jogging and running and doing what I got to do now. So that's good news now. And if you have any questions, like I say, guys, be sure to comment in the chat. And also, I'm gonna put down the Cash App down here too. But also, I want you to, like I said, I'm gonna put down the names of these guys' channels and the link below. Yeah, link below the description, and also in the chat, just so we can promote them. So like I said, so guys, be on the lookout for that. And also, like I said, just stay tuned for the stream, y'all. And all in all, we're gonna get into our intro. You know how we do over here, guys. I'm gonna count Japanese from 5 to 1, and then we're gonna go right into our intro, and then we're gonna get started with this stream. And then, like I said, we're gonna have some fun tonight, y'all. So, and go, yon, san, ni, ich, zero. Let's go.
El woman.
I love it, brother. I love that presentation, brother. Thank you. I love
Thank
it,
you,
man.
brother. Trust me, I love working on those things, and I'm glad anybody who's new to this channel actually sees the intros I work my ass off to make. And also, I make them very Asian based because like I told you, I love the music, I love everything. And also, I got some anime geishas in there because I told you guys, like I said, I love that stuff. But guys, like I said, just like I said, welcome to the stream, and like I said, I'm here to introduce my man Tokyo64, my man Wally here. But this is really Tokyo64's stream, and he's going to be here to educate you guys on a few things, and also he's taking me to school personally because I need to hear all this, and I need to make sure I reconfine my determination and conviction on hearing about what it means to be a black man in Japan, and also what it means for me to live a life down there. So, Mr. Tokyo64, would you care to introduce yourselves and also promote your channel while you're at it too?
Yes, brother. Hi, I'm Tokyo64, brothers. I got years in Japan, man. I lived in Japan twice, a total of over 11 years. I'm getting ready to move back to Japan this summer. My wife is Japanese, been married almost 16 years. It's going to be 16 years. Got two beautiful babies, man. I got a son that's going to be 10 next week. Got a one daughter that's 1 year old. She's about 15 months old. I'm loving life, man. I just got back from Japan, so I got a lot of good intel, brothers, for you tonight.
All right. And oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. I'm gonna post this, guys. I'm gonna post this channel link, and also, sir, would you care to share the nature of your channel by any chance?
Yes. So I actually have two channels, and I break them down into two different things. The one is Tokyo64. I was trying to drop it in the chat here. Let me see. I'll just put in the private chat the link.
Okay.
And then that way Jay can see that one. And then another one I got another one called BSP. Now the Tokyo64 one that is my that's sort of like the one where I show like a lot of travel and stuff like that. But the BSP, which is pull this up, Black, Sophisticated, and Prosperous, that one is the one for the brothers to just go in and get some serious intel, man.
Right.
That's what that's all about. So let me try to pull that up so I can drop that link in here. Black, Sophisticated, and Prosperous. So you brothers can see what's up. I'm gonna I made some of the videos private, but I'm gonna open them back up because I want the brothers to see what's going on. The reason why I made them private is because I wanted to make sure that I was gonna keep. It was a little, I did a little bit. We get a little dirty on our videos, man. But I got to be kind of careful because now you got these women
Right.
out there going after that brother out of Brazil. So everybody and their brothers got their mouth. They got the big ass mouth now, talking about all the stuff, this and that, the other, right? So
Right.
yeah, and they want to embarrass you.
Well, thank you, Wally. Appreciate it, brother. And oh yeah, guys, another thing. Like I said, Wally is here to meet is the moderator, and also when if I ever drop off, Wally will be here in order to him and Tokyo64. In case they, like I said, in case I'm not here, they'll be able to regulate that stream until I come back on, and be able to like continue the stream regardless. So I'm letting you guys know that because like I said, I got 4 guys in this freaking house. There's 4 of us in here, but hey, man, like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do. Most of them, I think, twice at least. And so like I said, feel free to check it out if you are interested. And like I said, go on with open mind, of course. I tell everybody that. Never go in conceited, whatever. Just like I say, go on with open mind. All right, Mr. Okay. So Mr. 64, aka Tokyo64. What was your first experience like when you first went to Japan?
Good question, brother. So when I first went to Japan, man, I was stationed in Okinawa. I remember putting in. I was in the Air Force, and I remember, putting in my dream sheet. A dream sheet is where you put your list of places you want to go, right? So I put down Japan as number one, and then of course, I had Korea number two, and I had some other places. And I thought, so a couple months later, my captain called me in the office. He said, "Hey, I got good news for you. You going to Japan?" I was like, "Yes," because I always wanted to get to Japan, right? Young 23-year-old buck. And so I thought I was going to be going to mainland Japan up there in Misawa, which is really nice, right? Working on the F-16 aircraft. And then she said, "Oh, you're going to be going to Okinawa." And I was like, "Oh, nice," but I wasn't really happy about that because I didn't really want to go to Okinawa because they had a lot of military there, man. Bases everywhere, GIs all the damn place. I wanted to go to Misawa so I could explore Japan, right? But I had a good time in Okinawa. It was all right, it was cool. I recommend mainland Japan over Okinawa any day of the week because Okinawa, just like I said, they just got too many military people. They got a lot of restrictions now. But it's cool. I mean, like I said, I can't knock it. I had a good time there because I got away from the bases. You just have to, see it for yourself. But that was my first experience in Japan, is in Okinawa.
All right, and I would say this, follow question. I'm glad you got a chance to experience that too, which is really good because most people don't get to experience the world more often than not because we're always confined to America more often than not, and people are really afraid of the unknown, and it's good to like really get out your comfort zone to see like how you act and see how you react into, because I think that's important. For me, I know like I want to be a fresh fish out of water when I get over there because I can just be a sponge and absorb everything. Now it might be too much sometimes, but I think it's necessary sometimes. That way you kind of get the hang of what's around you, how do you move, what you're supposed to do, and also like just it being a kind of like a routine. And I think I told you on your stream more often than not. Like I said, I think I would like to wait 2 years before I start wife seeking over there because I want to just get to know the area stuff, and also just like I need to have like an everyday routine because I'm like when I'm used to it, it's just like okay, I know where everything's at now. This feels like normal now. So let me. Okay, so I think I'm good to go now. But also I think not just 2 years enough to explore all of Japan. Of course not. I think it's going to be much longer. Because like I said, there are certain things you want to experience, some places you want to visit, and also places you don't visit, but also like the bullet train for one. Like that's one thing I'm looking forward to. Like to see how fast that thing is, how comfortable it is, and just kind of like what life on that side on that other side is like. You know, just more of a modicum of peace and prosperity over there. But oh yeah. Yo, how you doing, JP? Peace out to the panel and chat. Yeah, peace to you, sister, and also thank you for that a bit of advice and kind of like step in the curve that I need to hear. Yes, I appreciate that. Need to hear more of assistance, telling me information like that. But 64, brother. Okay, so you're in Okinawa in the first part, and I would say to follow up with that, would you say that overall your experience was really good when you first went over there?
I'll tell you, brothers. Now, so I don't know how many people that's going to get on this panel that's in the military. Let me tell you this, brothers. Military, it was a good experience as far as being able to travel. But here's the problem that military you run into. You're going to run into a situation where you can't always do what you want. Okay, you can't always go where you want to go. You can't be free. And so I would say I had some good experiences and I had some bad experiences as to where I couldn't really get involved. Also, I didn't like being labeled as military everywhere I went. That was the thing I had about Okinawa. I wanted to get away. When I got off the base, man, I wanted to get away from that military thing and just like walk around and just enjoy myself. I was able to do that, but a lot of times I had to still fight off that stigma of, oh, he's a GI, he's a GI, he's a GI. It's quite different when you're in the mainland Japan because you don't have to worry about that stigma. When they look at you, they're like, okay, he's a black man. Oh, he's probably teaching English or this, that, the other, right? Or he's an entertainer or he's playing sports or whatever the case may be. So that kind of gets thrown off you because you don't see military in Japan much when you're in mainland. You only see them around the bases. But like where my wife's from, Niigata, they don't have any American military over there. They don't have any American military in a lot of parts of Japan. There's only a very select few areas, mainly like around Yokohama. There's bases like way west of Tokyo, which is really not in Tokyo. Then you got a big base in Sasebo, down there in Nagasaki, and you got another one over there in Iwakuni, which is like near Hiroshima. And that's about it. Other than that, you good. And you got Misawa up north. Other than that, you good. So I would say, if I look at my experience of living in Japan, there's two parts. The first part is living there as a military person. The second part, which was the much better part, was living there as a civilian. That's what I want to say.
All right. Okay. I think the I won't ask another question on top of that, but I think that's good to let brothers know that, because like I said, when I thought about joining the military, I think for me it would just be like, yo, you're trying to go to Japan, like nope, because when I got told they could send me wherever, or I could be in Texas for all I freaking know, or
yeah,
no offense, I could be in Seattle where it's rainy all the time, but probably nice over there too. But it just like I said, it just depends. Like I said, it depends on what military base they put you on. Because I'm in South Carolina and we're like Fort Jackson, like it's right over here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So but like I know you go over to Texas to get military training done and things like that. So it always depends. How you doing, brother Soul Shader, bro? I got the link in the chat.
What up, Soul Shader?
Too.
Don't forget we hooking up next month, dog. Soul Shader, we hooking up next month.
Yo, brother, I like your avatar, man. I like the freaking hoodie with the brother and the ninja thing. I love that, man. That's what's up.
That's the knit, bro. That's the knit.
Exactly. And like I said, I just think it's really good for brothers to really know that. Like I said, because I had like I said, one of my stepbrother, he actually tried to really like, yo, I might go to Japan. Like, no, bro, you in the UK right now, so it's good that you're over there. And plus, he's Air Force, by the way. And I think he was there for a good 4-5 months, somewhere around there, around that time. Like they let him. By the time he accumulated his money over there, he got himself his own house. A little bit like a apartment where he's staying in, things in for his own life. And I was like, hey man, it's real over there. It's just like, you know, like being in the military comes with some of its benefits, and also, but the benefit you don't get is like where you want to end up at. If you're lucky, you'll end up somewhere nice. If you're not lucky, it'll just be somewhere where, like, you know, it's like kind of like grunt work, or it's just things like that. But like I said, my father's former military, so I guess it's for. I don't think I ever let you know that. Like I said, he's former military, and he told me he didn't want me to go in because, you know, there's not a lot of benefits nowadays, son. And also with how you are, I know you're gonna have you're gonna have a problem like listening to the freaking drill sergeant, because you might rip his head off, and I'm like, no, I'm no problem like hearing people. It's just like it's one thing you tell me to take orders, but it's another thing when you scream at me. I'm like, I don't like anybody screaming at me. I just never liked it as a kid, or things like that. For me particularly, it's not a problem with authority for me. It's just a problem with you know, how you get something across to me. But my father kind of honed that in on me. Like, you know, anytime he'll talk to me like a military man, I get it, definitely. Like, I actually paid attention. I'm like, yes, sir, got it, know what to do. But it was just one of the things that I couldn't, like, I wish I could. If I could change it, then I would probably go back and join the Air Force, because, you know, like I said, my brother has done it, and my biggest brother has done it. And then, you know, my father, he's the Army, so there's a difference. Like, the other Air Force, he's really Army. So I just want to point that out for you, brother. Like, and also thank you for your service, brother. I want to always like to let a brother know that.
No, thanks, brother. No problem, brother. Thank you.
And like I said, for doing something that I couldn't do, because like I said, helping people, serving our country, things like that. But also really just going over there and showing that a black man could actually be a protector and not something they label him else as. I love brothers just shutting down that narrative. I love that personally.
But if I can touch base on that, brother, about the military, it's actually good that you didn't go in. I know my excuse me, my children. I'm a advise against them going in, and here's why, brothers.
Hey, Ian.
Because whatever you were before you went in, like me, I was poor and black. What up, E? I was poor and black before I went in, and then I got out. Even though I got my degree when I was in, I was poor and black when I got out. So basically what I'm saying is this, brothers. Brothers, we need to get away from being protectors and being service people like policemen, firemen, all of that, because they just want us out there serving them. They want us to be used as pawns and pieces for their lifestyle. We got to go after us. If you stay in the civilian world, you're going to learn how to create wealth. You're going to learn how to build your wealth better than if you was in the service, because you get full access to the market. When you're in the military, you don't get access to the market like you need. So when you get out, man, you shocked. You're like, oh, wait a minute, what am I going to do now? It took me 20 years, brothers, 20 years to end up doing what I did. 20 years to get to a good profession. Because when I got out, man, I had a degree and everything. I said, all right, great. I got my degree. Now I was walking down Seattle. I had a suit on, a briefcase. I'm like, all right, where's my job? I got a degree now. Everybody, where's my job at? And all I could get was a temp job working for the state. So it's harsh. I'm not going to blow smoke, man. It's a harsh life in the military. I lost a lot of friends when I was in the war. It's harsh, man. It's nothing to joke at. But look at all the stuff the brother got to do just to get a life. That's not fair to brothers, man. It's not fair.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say.
No, I definitely understand that, brother. And also, like I said, to the brothers out there who have served our country, like my man Watts, other cats that are, you know, like my man Marcus, my man Wes, all y'all, like I said, you know, shout out to all y'all. Shout out to that veteran stream we did like last year and things like that a while ago. You know, like I said, because you do so much work, but also like you come back to sometimes nothing or to something. And like I said, it's a rarity that even happens to you. That's why I tell people, I'm like, I don't think that's funny. Like I got more respect for the military men more than anything, just because of like the danger they put themselves into, but also them being away from their family a lot. So I'd probably give my wife hell if I did that. And that's why I'm saying, like, you know, make sure I'm okay, make sure our kids are all right, things like that. Ian, he said, does the military actually teach you how to live after the service?
I'm gonna go ahead and answer that, Ian. I can answer that, man. Look, they always have all these kind of like forums and whatnot going on before you separate, but you know what? They're not trying to get you out. They're trying to keep you in for another 4 and another 4, right? To me personally, they don't have a lot of things that's going to teach you to get out. unless they updated it. But you know, it's not an advantage for the military to say, hey, look, you need to go in and get out. They trying to keep you in. They short people, so they trying to entice you to stay in. Is what they're trying to do. And your life, trust me, when you're in, is expendable. You are definitely expendable, brothers.
All right. That, like I say, well, y'all heard the man. And I think, like I said, because I think we'll touch on the military thing part. I think a little bit later because my man Associator comes up. I want to even share his experience so far, in case he ever wants to, and for extra time we have. So brother, my brother Tokyo64. I would say, you know, just to you, you know, you said you met your lady in Seattle, right?
Yeah, I met her up here where I'm at. Yes.
Okay. And
yes.
you know, and this is just for me because I'm ignorant to Seattle, so I don't know what all going there. Like, would you say Seattle's relatively nice?
Seattle was nice, sir. Because we met in '05. We actually met across the lake from Seattle. It's different now, man. They got the techies in now. A lot of homeless issues. The city has gotten way too far to the left, man. It used to be a really beautiful place. Scenic wise is still beautiful, man, but it's expensive. Washington State in general is expensive, and you just got a lot of knuckleheads here, man. You just got to watch out. People in Seattle are nice, but they're not friendly. They seem like they're for your cause, but they're very superficial up here. I would say that they're very superficial. Yeah.
Okay. And would you say did you grow up around Seattle around that time?
No, I'm actually a Philly boy, man. I grew up in Philly.
Philly boy. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Philly.
You know, what brought me to Seattle was when I got out the military. I went to grad school up at University of Washington, and that's what got me into Seattle. But I'm originally from Philly, man. I grew up in Philly. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Shout out to Philly. Like I said, he ain't that far from Pennsylvania because I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so anybody freaking knows that. But yo, man, shout out to the Philly brothers. That's shout out. And actually, shout out to anybody who's an Eagles fan because it looks like they might make it this year. So
I'm not an Eagles fan for me because I grew up. The Eagles, they stank. They had the worst uniforms. They didn't have no brothers on the team, man. So I did not really go for the Eagles, man. You know, I'm a Cowboy. I like the Cowboys, man, and the Seahawks.
Okay.
You know, but you know the Cowboys. I've been liking them since I was 8 years old, man. But yeah, the Eagles, no. And my cousins get on me, man. They're like, man, what's up with you and the Eagles? But that's because they're like 9 years younger than me or a few years younger when the Eagles started getting good. Then they started good, you know,
yeah.
But, so they came in with liking football when the Eagles were good. With me, I watched them suck. They stank when I grew up in Philly. Yep. So.
I understand it. I understand it kept being older saying that because it makes sense because I'm like, they must not have been good around that time.
They had the ugliest uniforms. When you're an 8-year-old kid, man, and the dude, you on a school bus and your schoolmates say, yo, man, you should like the Cowboys. The Cowboys already sound like a cool name because I was just getting into football. I was like, what, they got a team called the Cowboys? Oh, man, that's my spot. Then they turn around and win the Super Bowl. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Now I'm a Cowboy fan for life. See, that's what happened.
Yeah, right. So Shader says I'm stationed in Seattle. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so Shader and I gonna hook up when he get back from Sandog here next month. Yeah, we up here. So Shader's up here, man. He's about three hours from me. So we have to hook up somewhere in Seattle, man, to hook up, you know. That's what's up.
Yo, so Shader, man, and y'all enjoy that interaction and freaking pairing, man. Like I said, if you ever post anything, man, just let me know. Or in private, just let me know, bro. Like I said, I love to hear y'all experience, y'all chilling together. That's what's up.
So Shader's probably family too, man. He might be family, dog. We gotta go back and check our roots. Yeah, man. Gotta check your roots.
And also, guys, like I said, always feel the need for where your family comes from. Always check that out, guys, because that's something I'll be in the process of looking up. I think right after a year has passed, more often than not, because I'm thinking about looking into it more often than not. But yo, first of all, like I said, shout out to where you come from, and also shout out to to you being in Seattle, you finding your lady, everything there, and also, like I said, just your experience. I think that's really good to know, because like I tell people, like I said, you'd be amazed at who you run into, and also where life takes you to, because like I said, I always tell people about the statistics of the books. I'm like I said, I really shouldn't be where I'm at right now, because technically every statistic I should have been down on the street selling stuff and things like that. but by the great grace and
Same here.
miracle, either
Same here.
God or somebody. But yeah, I'm here. Like so I got, like I said, my adopted parents over there, like we're just out there, just they're doing, like I said, I love, shout out and love to them for getting me here, things like that, and also just people from church communities all over helping me get to where I'm at right now. And I'm thinking, like I said, everybody had a hand in it, and that's why I said, like, I'm not gonna piss on that at all. Like I got too, like I said, I'm too close to getting to where I need to go, and also, like I said, I just need to make a final push and just go. That's all it is. And also, I think, like, when I hear stories like, brothers like you going through what I went through, I feel almost obligated in my mind to, like, carry on that hard work and just, push forward and push it on to my children. And the thing is, I think I really wanted to sit down and have a conversation with my own son in my own time, just be like, it's work, son. It's a lot of work. It's blood, sweat, and tears, dedication. And by the way, you will fall one time, but you will get back up.
Failure is an
option.
option. Failure is an option. Don't let them tell you that. Failure is
exactly.
Because when you fail, you learn, and you learn better than if you didn't fail. Yep.
And so I guess we're gonna go. I guess I'm gonna head back to the Tokyo topic. I would say after so after you spend your time in Okinawa, did you ever go back afterwards to Japan?
Yeah. So I got out the Air Force, man, in Okinawa because I spent 7 years over there, and I came back here, and then like I said, I went to grad school and I got out, but I dropped out of grad school, man, because nobody was getting any jobs. So I said, you know what, I want to go teach English in Japan, and that's why I'm going to talk on this topic too, because this is a way for brothers to get over to Japan. But I'm going to tell you how to do it the right way, because I do have a brother over there who I just got a job over there that is doing it the way that I'm coaching them, and that way you brothers will know what's up. So here's the deal. So I went back to mainland Japan for 2 weeks. I gave myself 2 weeks to find a job, right? I found a job in 3 days, man. 3 days, right? And I partied the rest of the time. Then I came back to Seattle, brought my stuff because I came back to Seattle, and and then I moved over to Japan. I was teaching for this one company and in one place that I live called Mie for the whole year, man. But I was doing like 16-hour shifts because I was not only teaching English, but they had me doing demos. We would take business trips. So almost every day I'm taking a business trip to Osaka, Nara, Kyoto to do demonstrations to get them to buy this company's products. So after a year, man, I quit and I moved over to Osaka, where I was teaching for this school called Nova English School, which was at the time the biggest English school in Japan. And they were paying you a basic salary of about 250,000 yen, which with the dollar being what it is today, back then it was literally $2,500 a month because it was 100 yen to the dollar. But it's now 130 yen to the dollar. So that 2,500, if I punch it in my phone right now, I'll give you an idea of what that amount is. Because you know me, brothers, I'm all about the numbers, man. 2,500 yen, 250,000 yen, I'm sorry, a month, comes out to be about $1,924 a month. Okay, now in Japan, that's okay money because you only need about $1,100 a month to live in Japan. That's on average, right? Now, let me let you know about this brother that's just got over there. So, this brother in England reached out to me last summer, right? He said he saw me do a stream on IP's channel about Japan. So he gets up there and he's like, yo, man, I want to go to Japan bad, man. What do I need to do? Every time a brother tells me they want to go to Japan, the first thing out of my mouth is, okay, do you have a college degree? And if they got a college degree, they in the house. And here's why I ask brothers if you have a college degree, because in order for you to obtain a work visa in Japan, you need a college degree. They don't care if you got a college degree in basket weaving. If you got a 4-year, I'm putting my fingers up here, 4-year college degree, you can get a job in Japan. Now, this brother reached out to me in the summer, and come to find out he's got 2 degrees. He's got a master's degree and a bachelor's degree.
Damn.
I asked him to apply for Nova, which Nova, we both did our research. Nova's not as good as they used to be. In fact, this brother was getting paid, well, I'll tell you in a minute. But anyway, so he gets up there, he goes through the process, he applied for Nova like I asked him, but like he said he would, because I told him about it. Nova went ahead and hired him. So this is like a week later. So then they said, okay, it was in the middle of the pandemic, but they said, okay, we're gonna get you over there in 3 months. Well, the pandemic, Japan opened up in October. So here it is November, and I asked the brother, I said, yo, brother, you in Japan yet, man? What's up? He said, no, man, I'm not in Japan. I said, whoa, what's up? He said he's not in Japan yet because Nova told him that there's a lot of people. Nova told him that, let's check it out. I don't know why my series popping up, man. Nova told him there's a lot of people that, excuse me. Oh, man. Can you brothers hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Can you brothers hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear
Can you
you.
brothers hear me?
Yes, sir,
I
we
can't
can hear you.
anything, brothers. Okay, I'm sorry. So no, Nova told him that the reason why he wasn't over there is because there was a lot of people wanting to go to Tokyo and Osaka. But the brother had already told Nova earlier that he wanted to go to Niigata, Sapporo, other places, right? So I said, you know what, brother? Tell him that you're willing to go anywhere. Next, you know, they hit him back and say, okay, we got a place called Kumamoto. If you look at the map of Japan, Kumamoto is in Kyushu, which is the southern biggest island of Japan, right? Right? Guess what Kumamoto is close to? Fukuoka. Guess what Fukuoka is known for? Some of the finest girls in Japan. Or in Fukuoka. In Hakata Station, in the Tenjin area of two big station areas in Fukuoka, you see dimes walking around. You see dimes walking around Japan all over the place. But you see some really nice ladies walking around in Fukuoka. So anyway, the brother gets there, and he's training in Osaka, and then they told him what his salary's going to be. Brothers, you should always know what your salary is going to be before you go on the plane. But it ended up only being like 160,000 yen, which is nothing but $1,231 a month. A month. Okay? Now, here's what I did to help the brother out, though. See, when these schools get you to Japan, they sponsor your work visa. Then they say, oh, we got an apartment for you. You can pay like 55,000 yen a month for your apartment that we got for you, and you can live in that apartment. But here's the catch. If you get fired from that job, you got to move out that apartment quick. Now you stuck, right? So what I told the brother to do was, I said, no. I said, get your own apartment. He's like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I pointed him to some websites to go to. I helped him out with that. He went to the website. He found an apartment. He got an apartment in Japan that's paying way less than 55,000 yen. And guess what? He's getting ready to leave Nova because he's done. He just resigned from Nova. He didn't like their curriculum. He didn't like their attitude. Yeah. But you know what? He has a whole year left on his visa that he can stay around and find another job. He don't need Nova. He don't need Nova. See? Because I advised him to get your own apartment. So he's having job interviews. He should be hearing back from another company today, which pretty much he look like he's gonna get hired at this company. I'm confident that he will get that other job. See what I'm saying? So, brothers, all I'm out here to say is this: when you trying to get to Japan, you need to come to me for some advice because I can, or Theo, but you need to let us know because we can help you get set up. Theo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to Theo because we can help you get set up, man. We know the game. I know Japan like the back of my hand. And this brother's always telling me, oh my God, man, I can't believe you were right. 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 Every day he tells me when we chat, he said, man, you were right. Because I know Japan, brothers. I know Japan. And I know how to get you set up. So that's what I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, and we, like I said, we followed up with a discussion last week. I mean, not last week, but like 2 weeks ago, where I said, like you said, you want to go down there, like, if you're looking for a visit, like what I'm going to do, because I'm going to most likely do a visit. But you know me, I want to get it done in one go, of course. But I said, like, you want to go down with some money, but also come back with some. So
yes,
because I think having money, at least having leftover money to pay off, you got to pay off whatever you get back here. Because, of course, you live in a place or apartment with people, you still got to pay your part and things like that. Von Eric, thanks for being here, brother. Shout out to you. Blessings to you, too. And, yeah, straight up. And I think that's also important, guys. Like for example, like let's just say I'm not going to spill how much money I have, but the money I have, I could actually, I'll be honest, I could actually probably go twice this year down there twice. If I'm going
Okay,
really doesn't need to brag.
let me
Yeah,
let me let y'all know what's up about that though, Jay. You
go
know,
ahead, sir.
I love you, man. I'm always gonna come out and help a brother out. So here's what I'm trying to
Hmm.
tell you. So you can stay in Japan up to 90 days. You're an American citizen. You don't even need a
Yep.
visa. You can stay there 90 days. You can leave Japan. You can work in Japan without a degree for not, as long as you like we work remotely. Like a lot of guys are starting to work remotely on IT, right? You can rent an
Yeah.
apartment on a tourist visa. Japanese immigration will tell you, look, you coming in here, all you gotta do is leave the country before your 90-day visa's up. One day, go to Korea, fly back in, bam, your 90-day visa starts over again. As long as you go
Right.
through that cycle, you're good. Now here's the thing. We actually have a trip coming up. Because like I said, I'll be moving to Japan in June, right? Me and my family moving in June. I'm going through a lot of different things. I'm gonna do a stream on that when I get there, let you brothers know what all. It's a lot of paperwork for me and my family, man. I gotta get my car over there. They already tell me,
Import. Yeah.
what's gonna be work. I mean, how much I'm gonna spend for that. I got people coming to my house next week, gonna do an appraisal on how much money they think we need to move over there and all this other shit. So, all I'm saying is this. But this summer in August, the brothers, the DT, DC, Sean Davis, Vino Epps. So far, these brothers
My
gonna be
man
coming to
Sean
Japan
Davis.
to visit. They coming to Japan in August. So if any of you other brothers want to get on that trip, just get with them and let them know because we're gonna be in Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, Kobe, and
Kyoto.
Fukuoka and Yokohama. It's gonna be
Yokohama.
bang.
Yeah.
It's gonna be banging. Brothers gonna be all over the place. We getting on the bullet trains. We're gonna be riding in Osaka, then the bullet train to Fukuoka's ass. Brothers gonna be on that. So they looking forward to it, brothers. So that's what's up. That's what's
Oh
up.
yeah. That's what's up. Like I said, and that's the gathering of brothers you want to be around to actually educate you, and also the guys that shadow you want to emulate, and also like just take in. I just want to tell people that, like I said, that's how you're a loose follow whenever you're able to do that. And like, yo, follow their lead and they'll guide you, man. Just make sure you know how to be a fish out of water on your own. That's why I said it's good to go to the group first, and then when you come back next time, you should be good on your own. So you won't
Exactly.
be so anxious and nervous. Cause I tell anybody with any new place, like I'm gonna lie, nerves kind of kicking a little bit, but I like shut that down. I'm like, listen, I'm calm. There's no problem.
Well, see,
It's just,
Jay, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to say
I'm
that.
gonna
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna piggyback off what you said. What we also do, like you said, being on your own. So when you come in that group, right? You're not with the brothers all the time. Because we went to Vancouver and we did the same thing. We went to Vancouver this past summer, and then the brothers would be like, "Okay, man, I'm gonna go and do my own thing today."
Do my own
And
thing,
then boom,
exactly.
go get your own thing. Like for me, look, I'm
Right.
gonna be living in Japan, so I'm be there all the time. So what I'm gonna do is these brothers are gonna be there for like 3 weeks to a month. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop by in Tokyo for like say 3 nights, and then head with them to Osaka, spend 3 nights with them on that leg, and then I'm going back to my home. And then when they're ready to go to Fukuoka, then I'll pop back over to Osaka, and then we'll take the train to Fukuoka, and then after that I'm coming back to my house after 3 days. So I'll only be there with the brothers maybe like 10 days out of those 3 weeks or so, but it's just enough to where I can get the brothers set up, get them feeling comfortable with what they got going on, and then I jet back to my fam because my son's off from school that time, and I don't want to mess up his summer vacation. I got to spend time with him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's why I was trying to get
Definitely,
the
man.
brothers from October, but they wanted to come in summer, so I said, okay, cool. I'll split time with y'all. All I'm saying is that we're not gonna be holding your hands, but here's the thing, brothers. We love our brothers, man. We're not gonna leave our brothers out there hanging. Brothers know if they got any questions, man, they can always reach out to me. Let me know. Like for example, these brothers gonna make their reservations on the plane, right? They're gonna make the flight reservations, but I'm gonna hook
Hmm.
them up with the hotels by telling them where they should be staying for a reasonable
Right.
price in a nice area. Because like I said, I know Japan. I've been to 19 prefectures in Japan, or say 19 states. I lived in 3 states in Japan. I've been to 19 states in Japan. So my wife told me
Hmm.
I've been to more places than she's been, and she's from Japan.
Hmm.
So
I'll be.
I've ridden the Shinkansen 28 times on the bullet train, 28 times. This last trip I was there, I rode it 8 times on the Shinkansen. So I know Japan, okay? So you ain't got nothing to fear, brothers. Nothing to fear.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And I've always said, like I said, you want to just get accustomed to new area, of course. And like I said, that's why I said it's good to be a fish out of water and just absorb like all this that's new to you. Now, of course, I know you're gonna be smiling, have a big smile on your face, be like, "Wow, I'm actually here. This is crazy." And the thing is, trust me, you're gonna want to visit certain places. Like, trust me, man. I think I'm gonna want to visit the whole freaking area. Let's just be real. That's why I said live down there because I have plenty of freaking time to check every other part, like my man Tokyo64 has, and also of course my two cats that are married down there. Like, dude, they're still finding other places they haven't even been to yet. Like, I'm pretty sure they don't have as much experience as you do, but they've been down there for like good, what, 4 to 5 years now? 5 years, at least somewhere around there. Yeah, one's been down there 4. He's been down there. My other cat, he's been down there for like close to 6. After the end of this year, it'll be 6 years for him.
Brothers, I got another video that I'm gonna drop on the link for Jay. This one is one I did on the vending machine at a service area in Japan, brothers. This was just a service area, and it gets a lot of love, man. But this is basically like we had stopped by a service area in Japan, in Niigata, where my wife is from, and I tell you, man, you won't be surprised, brothers. The budget there is off the chain. The quality of life is good. It doesn't cost that much in Japan, man. It really doesn't. You ain't got to spend all that money over there. You can get there and you can live comfortable. Brothers, when I was there, man, I'm telling you, man, I was so comfortable, brothers. I was so comfortable, man. I mean, I was in my element. I didn't have to worry about nothing. There's no guns. Police ain't throwing your ass on the damn hood of a car, kicking you in your face, beating you to like a pulp until you die like they did in Memphis this last few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Brothers at that, they ain't brothers to me. They ain't a bunch of simps beating on their own people. Ain't nothing worse than brothers beating their own people, but that's another story. But see, that's the thing, man. You ain't got to worry about that in Japan, man. You just chill. I mean, it's cold chill. Yep.
Yeah, and that's why I said it fits more my personality with how I am, because I'm just more of a chill, quiet person, and just like I think, trust me, once I've worked my ass off for something, like, bro, I'm going to work my ass off for that piece that I really want. And the thing is, I'm like, yo, I'm over here. Can't nobody and I said this before because I want my brother Tokyo64 hear this, because I'm not full of shit when I say this. Can nobody call me for no help whatsoever, unless it's my mother and father that are in trouble that I need to check out. I'm talking about because they're old and they're retired, things like that. Then the only people I'll go and freaking visit because I need the help. And after I've done helping them and stuff, I'm going right back home. That's what it's gonna be. I ain't got time. I don't have time to freaking play around and all the nonsense. Like I said, there's a couple brothers I visit, but after that, I'm gone. Because at that point, I got what I want. And one of my brothers out there, shout out to him, my man Chris Ruiz right there. That's my bro. He just be like, yo, he want me to be happy. He said he cool. He's like, yo, bro, I want you to get over there. That's what he's told me multiple times. I want you to get over there. I got my lady, I got my kids over here. You go, yeah, man. You go build what you want to build over there, bro. And you got my support and love always. So that's what I'm saying, like, guys, like, if you really want to check out this place and also really want to work over there and actually have a life over there, then that's the requirements you need are a 4-year degree. That's all you need, and whatever it is. Make sure you come down with some money first, and also you also come down, like, you research the jobs. Go to Tony or Theo for that. Because I know I will be doing that once I've gotten the degree done. I'm gonna give them the first people I'm gonna call once I get that thing done. Graduated, bro. We all good. Now what I need to start looking at. Those would be the first thing. Those would be the first 2 people I'll call. Would be those 2. And the thing is, like I said, you want to have your money to go up and down, of course. And if you do plan on doing IT things like that, that's another reason why you should call Theo and my man Bear and my man Tokyo64 here, because like I said, they both worked IT. They do things like that, and also that's where the money is at personally. Because like I said, you might start as an English teacher, but also you might just want to do IT and work remotely. So like I said, so it might be like a trade-off, but also you got to understand, treat it as a I would say this, it's more of like working luxury more often than not. It's more of a luxury that you get to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing like the benefit that you get that comes with it.
There's a lot of benefits,
it's beautiful.
A lot of benefits. I'm sorry, Jay. It's a lot of benefits.
Go, brother.
Jay's right about the IT. I work IT, but you know what, brothers? I just retired last week, man. I retired. Yep. I don't have to work no more, man. I retired, so I'm retire up my investments, man. So, and that's what I'm gonna be doing to Japan to see, let me tell you how rare this black man is, brothers. I'm moving to Japan, and I was researching how to get my Mercedes over to Japan, right? I know I could take my Mercedes with me because the movers were telling me, oh, it's going to cost you 19 to 20 G's because this, that, the other. It's not going to cost me that damn much. But you know what? I looked on YouTube. Ain't nobody did it. I might be amongst the first people to do that, man, moving to Japan. Especially a brother, shoot, or a white boy even, moving his, transporting his Mercedes to Japan. That's crazy. But that's me. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get there, and it's going to be worth it. It's going to be all worth it, getting a house built over there, man. I'm talking, brothers, I'm not talking no bullshit. I'm talking you can live nice in Japan. You can live nice and comfortable. You got your beautiful babies with your beautiful wife over there, man. That's a dime piece. She taking good care of, man. I gotta give you an example, and Jay know this. I was with I paid my in-laws to stay in 2 hotels. You see Kyoto behind me. That's Kyoto. That was my view from my hotel room and my in-laws, whose hotel room is right next to mine. I stayed at the Grand Hotel Grand Via right there, beautiful Kyoto station. And you see my pictures on YouTube. The Kyoto station is so modern and high tech for a city that has a lot of temples and shrines, right? So what I'm getting at, man, is you be over there, you be helping your family out, you be doing everything that you can do. Because trust me, my father-in-law would pay for me back in the day, man, put me in hotels and stuff when I was with my wife. So I was like, hey, man, I'm returning the favor. Not that I have to, but I say, hey, it's my turn. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Think about it, brothers. I'm telling you, here's what I'm saying. I was in line at the Hotel Grand Via, standing in line, getting ready to check in. There's a white boy 2 spots behind me. And I seen his little family sit down, his wife and his 2 kids. My wife and my 2 children were over there sitting with the grandparents, right? He saw me in line, man. I was so pumped up, man. Brother, getting ready to get 2 rooms in a 5-star hotel for his family, right? The guy came up to me, man, took pictures with me. That was my father-in-law's good friend, my wife's godfather. They looking at me like I'm some kind of celebrity because I was decked, man. I had my nice gray trench coat on, like a gray wool trench coat. Dressed my nice boots, nice jeans, nice hat. I was kicking it, man. Brothers, when we roll, you got the roll in Japan, right? Because Japanese will recognize you. They were like, oh my God, you look good, you look good. They say kakui, you kakui. You look real nice, you smell good. Japanese will compliment. They say kakui, they will compliment a brother because they expect the brothers to be looking good. I seen a lot of fat white boys over there trying to play us, trying to act like they all special because they speak a little Japanese. They was shocked to see a brother over there doing what I was doing. And when I was walking down the street, I would walk past people, my coat be flying. You know how your coat be flying, you walk so fast, your coat be flying over the place. And I wasn't being rude, I was just walking. People was just kind of moving out of my way a little bit. Westerners, whites would walk past me. I wouldn't even look at these fools. I act like they wasn't even there because I was in my zone, in my element. I was like, this is my place. You don't belong here. And if you're there, good for you. But you ain't out. This is my spot. This is my element. And that's the way you got to be when you're over there. That's the way you got to be, brothers, because the minute you and your children step foot in Japan, guess what? You now equal wealth. In the United States, you will never be as rich as these whites. Never. When you get off the plane in Japan, your kids are just the same as everybody else, man. They may look different, but they got the same exact opportunities and the same kind of wealth. Yep.
I got you.
So get over it. Get over it, bro.
You hear, like I said, you heard the brother. Like I said, he's spending some knowledge here. And Ian, I'm gonna put your question to Tokyo64. I want to know if you can answer this, Mr. 64. Ian says, what I fear in any foreign country that I want to visit is being cheated out of money because the currency is different. I also heard certain areas are racist, but I may be wrong.
Okay, good question, Ian. First of all, Japan is not a racist country. I lived in Japan 11 years. I've never had a problem at all with anybody in Japan. Okay, so I can answer that. Second of all, you're not going to get cheated out of your money because what you do is, what we did was as soon as we got to Narita, which is the airport most people come into, we went straight to the money exchange place. They got licensed money exchange places there. They gave us a good rate, of course, because that's what the rate was. We got our money. We good to go. We on our way. One thing I can say about Japan, you ain't got to worry about getting cheated out of nothing over there. It's slim to none. Even when they give you a change back, you don't have to count it because it's going to be exact. They don't cheat you out on that kind of stuff. Japan is not that kind of place. It's not going to put you in a predicament like that. What you got to understand is this. The service over there is so good. It was so good. I'll give you an example. Jay know what I'm about to say. We were on the Shinkansen, me and my son, and the stewardess, as fine as she was pushing this cart full of stuff. You know, they got the stewardesses on the trains, fine, uniform and everything, pushing your coffees, your snacks, whatever. And so I bought a coffee, bought my son something, my wife something. And then I said, oh, by the way, do you sell any hand lotion? Right? And she said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't sell hand lotion. And I said, okay, that's okay. Thank you. But you know what she does? She reaches into her pocket and pulls out her own personal lotion, which was about 80% done. And she squeezed some in my hand, big as my hands are, and in my son's hands. And we were able to rub the lotion on our hands. That's how Japan is, brothers. It's all about service. They treat you nice. They treat your brother right in Japan. So you ain't got to worry about nothing over there.
Yeah, guys, like I said, and and follow to what he's saying, brother, because I love what you said. Like I said, you know how you treat somebody with manners. Like I said, just do vice versa, man. Trust me, it'll go back to you. And like I said, because I've been in places where, like, not in Japan specifically, but like, people you treat me with respect. Because I've been on a train, and I've actually been on a train ride more often than not, where I've rode the train from from Mississippi all the way to damn it, to Texas one time. And trust me, man. Like I said, service, like I said, they're really good. I'm not saying it's the greatest, but it is good. Like, more often than not, like, give me some sanitizer one time, and I'm like, thank you, because they literally had a section over there that they would have, and they'd be like, yo, you can just, you're allowed to have one since you're already aboard it. Of course, they don't charge anything. They actually didn't charge me at all, because it's like they're free. Because if you purchase a ticket on there, then consider anything on there free for the most part, unless you like want some wine or something. I mean, like, that might be a little extra, but other than that, yeah, like, guys, like, trust me, it's golden. So that's why I was making an attempt to not be like an ass or anything like that. I'm just chill, like, asking, simple enough. And now one thing, like I said, a little patience goes a little way, but yeah,
it does, Jay. Because I was going to piggyback off of that and answer another part of Ian Simmons' question here. Okay, a lot of brothers will get, and not just brothers, people will get cheated out of their money, not because of a different currency. This is another subject. Me and DC gonna do a stream on this on my BSP channel. What I'm noticing is that a lot of brothers are getting cheated out of property when they marry a Thai. So in Thailand, brothers are retiring there, and I'm not saying all the Thais are bad. I'm not saying that, because they got a lot of fine ones. I dated them myself. All I'm saying, though, is in those other countries, brother get there, Thailand, Philippines, whatever, and he buy land and buy a house for his wife, and then all of a sudden she turn around and cut him off, and he got nothing. He done lost all his money. He got nothing. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't happen in Japan, because those people are very sincere. They're very family oriented. They ain't got time to play games. But you will run into some games in the Philippines and Thailand and China and the, you will run into some games on that. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Soul Shader. You will run into some games. You know what I'm saying? But Japan is a very sincere country, brothers, and you don't have to worry about that over there. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, and like I said, because there may be videos of people saying such and such and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go what they heard exactly, and like, have you ever experienced it? That's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna take anything until I go over it myself and really experience it myself. And I'm gonna say this: if 1% what he said is true and it happens, and nothing happens at all, I'm gonna do like, what are they talking about? That might have just been an area. I will say this, it's like Theo touched up upon, and he said, like, there may be an area you're not allowed to be in more often than not, because it's just specifically for like Yakuza-based people or things like that, and that's like, need to know basis before you get there sometimes, because you need to know area that you shouldn't be in personally. But other than that, you're fine. It's just a matter of you, like I said, you studying the prefecture or where you're at. Personally for me, if anything, like I said, I think Osaka would be a place I would be in more often than not, like working that area. And of course, like I said, there are other places like, we talk about like Nagoya and Narita, Saitama, Yokohama, like other places that I've like haven't that we haven't really talked about as much. But it's just like you just got to know your areas. I think if you know your area, then you should be fine, relatively safe. You'll be fine. It's not like I'll be honest. It's not like somebody's running around with a gunshot going around crazy. Like I said, and plus those incidents of like they're like accidental deaths or something like that. That's like 1% like extremely low, if anything like that. It's like a one-time rare occurrence. Like I said, it's not like here we are in the U.S. Like, and I'm not trying to preach like pacifism, but it's pretty relatively chill over there. And
Nobody messes with the brothers. Nobody messes with the brothers at all. They don't mess with each
yeah,
other. They damn sure ain't messing with the brothers. And brothers, we have an intimidating look, an intimidating figure. We're the most masculine men in the world, especially with brothers. We are. And the Japanese women look at us the same way. They're like, man, these brothers are masculine. They're men. We
whoa,
don't get that kind of love in the States. We don't get that kind of respect from women here in the States. They don't value us. But women over there, they value us big time, man. They see a man. My wife always tells me, man, I really love that you're very protective. I can tell nobody gonna bother me when I'm with you. And it's true. They don't even look our way. They don't even think about it. Even here, people don't look. They see a brother. They're not gonna come up on a brother because they know they'll get their bitch ass slapped. I'm not saying this in Japan. I'm just saying most places anywhere in the world, right? They recognize. That's the one thing they do. They recognize. But here's the thing: you never have to worry about that in Japan because in Japan, you know how the U.S. they talk the human rights. They talk, but they don't practice human rights. Japanese don't talk human rights. They practice human rights.
yeah.
The Japanese
It's
don't
pretty
give a
much in
damn.
their
They
code.
don't care about you. That's your business. They're not gonna get involved in your business because that's your business. So that's all I wanted to
Yeah.
say on that.
No, definitely. And the thing is, like I said, they really practice what they preach over there, to be honest. Because people are just so dead set. I'm trying to convince me that they're not. I'm like, dude, like guys, have you actually been over there? Like I said, I actually got informants over there, so don't like try to BS me, like bro, like no, because otherwise my two brothers, well, they're actual brothers, but I consider them brothers, wouldn't be married to those ladies over there if anything, if not, and also why they're not leaving over there. Like I said, one is a real estate agent, the other's in the military. What do you think? Well, he's in the military getting ready to become a real estate agent like the other brother. And I'm like, okay, man, shout out to you, man. Do that. And it's just like, he said, like, I love it over here, man. Like I said, I've never been in such peace, bro. It's just like, well, I want to come back over here and it's just like freaking crazy where it's just like, it's just so peaceful over here, man. And it's like, everything that I've worked for, it's like I'm finally getting things that I actually want. And it's just like, and the thing is, I'm not actively seeking it out. It's just happening. That's what he said.
Yes.
It's just happening. And he said that's why I appreciate it. He said that's why I appreciate it a lot more because it's just happening naturally. I'm not even like really trying, but I'm still like I'm working He said I'm doing my work, but when it comes to other stuff, it's just coming along naturally at this point. And when he told me that, I'm just like, bro, I think like even through the modicum of hard work that you've been through and some of the strife you've been through, bro, is just like you getting your fortune now at this point because I've said you've earned it, and also like bro. Like I said, with especially with some of the tragedy that's happened in your life, I'm actually glad you're finally getting some happiness for yourself, man. Because happiness in this day, happiness is in short supply. To be honest, I'm talking about like at least just peace for a black man in general, and that's why I love it more when you speak and when you and Theo both speak, you guys are actually coming from a place like trust me, we went through that hard rough patch, now we're here, and it's just like I managed to make something out of what I have now by having this experience. So, like I said, I think everybody should, I would say everybody, but I'm going to say this, everybody every brother out there who wants to make something out of themselves, but also wants to work hard for that peace, go and get it, man. I told my father that when I was 23, like, I don't want anything. I want peace of mind. If I could get that, I think I'd be fine. Now, but also I didn't take into consideration what environment I was in and also where I'm at right now currently. I also, like I said, I have to literally blood, sweat, and tears into what I'm doing so that I can achieve something. And also, I have to make sacrifices, which I will be doing. So like I said, I'm gonna go all the way with this. And also, I want brothers to know, like what Mr. Tokyo64 has said. He's done the work. Him and Theo, they've done the work. And other brothers such as who he associates with, they've done their work too to get where they're at now. And like I said, I'll be honest. As he looks like a young 40-year-old to me because he does not look old to me at all. I don't know why. To this day,
Thanks,
like
brother.
I said,
Thanks, brother. Thanks,
like I said, brother, like black don't crack, and for a reason. And I'm starting to believe it Because listen, because I got 38-year-old women trying to come up to me, we're really freaking crazy. And I'm just like, yo, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, might be some truth to it, but
No,
at the
there's
same time,
truth to
man,
it,
work for
brothers.
it.
Yeah, because I mean, I do it, man. I get on I do my workouts, man. I do my walking every day. I mean, I'm 6 foot, man. I'm 168 pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? No, very low body fat. I'm 60 years
Oh
old, dude.
yeah,
Come on.
not bad,
I mean,
man.
what the fuck, man? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, why not? Why brothers can't do what they got to do? I know. Oh, okay. I see Ian got a question here where he says, "Would you rather live in the city or rural area?" Okay, that's a good question. Let me entertain that. So, as a person who's lived in the city, because I lived in Osaka, the big town, right? And I've also lived in small cities. What I like is I like the diversity in Japan. I like the variety, I mean, in Japan, right? The city I'm moving to, it's got a population of about 200,000. My wife is from a city on the west coast of Japan of 1 million people plus, right? But the beautiful thing about where she's from too is it don't feel like a big city. It feel like a small town people, and it's ironic to say that because like my hometown in Philly is like that. It's a big city, but it feels like a small town. Maybe because we stick to our own neighborhoods and we're pretty confined. It's not that way in Japan. You can go anywhere you want. But for me, I like to live mostly like Japan is a convenience country. You want to be around convenience. I'm not saying don't live in a rural area. All I'm saying is just live in a place where you can get on that Shinkansen to go wherever you want to go. That's all I'm really saying.
Oh, and brother Tony, I wanted to let you know, one cat I've been talking to for a good minute, Blaxican, he's been on my channel before, and he's married to a Taiwanese woman, and he's already like, he has a son and everything like that. And I just want to shout out to the brother right now, man. Yo, shout out to you, brother, for actually being in Taiwan and actually making a life for yourself.
Yo, bro, we got brother representing the black man in Taiwan. Now, you know what? He's pretty fortunate because, and I know I could be wrong, but I know some brothers in there that was living in Taiwan before in the military said that the women were crazy about the brothers. But
yeah,
somebody did a video on there a few years ago said that the Taiwanese women didn't date brothers. And I knew something was up. I said, no, that's wrong. Because they got some beautiful women in Taiwan, man.
Yeah, and he met his lady in America. That's what he told me. Because I was wondering, so he technically had the same thing that kind of happened to you, except the difference he met her in America. Then after that, he moved with her back to Taiwan, and they had a kid, and he started working over there and things like that. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said whenever I do have him back on the stream again, the channel, that I'll definitely, like I said, I'll definitely send you over so you can come and give a talk to him because
I
think you like to hear what he has to say. Yeah, trust me, man, because what he has, hey man, he's happy. He's got his lady and he's got his son with him. He's good.
Well, Taiwan is a nice spot, man, because Taiwan, here's what I wish, here's what I hope. I wish the whole part of China was Taiwan instead of Taiwan trying to run away from China. I wish China was like Taiwan. I wish the nationalists had won over the communists, but it didn't work out that way. The communists won. The nationalists moved to Taiwan. They acting like they own Taiwan. They never owned Taiwan. So Taiwan, Japanese respect Taiwan, and Taiwanese respect Japanese. Japan used to have Taiwan in World War II. They still have close ties to each other. They still have a good relationship. They have a lot of respect for each other. My wife, who's Japanese, she's always talking good about Taiwanese women. Her friend, her school friend, he's married to a Taiwanese woman. So, I mean, I got no qualms with people in Taiwan, man. I'm happy definitely. For that brother.
Oh, okay. Well, I wish you could answer this, but I feel you, bro. You're doing you. What about Japan?
No, I just got background sound. That's why.
Oh, okay. I got you, brother. I got you. Like I said, I might be. He said, "What about Japan that made you wanted to be there more than any other place?"
Hey, thanks a lot, brother Wiley. Thanks, man. So, I lived in 4 countries, man. So, I lived in Korea, Saudi Arabia, U.S., and Japan. I lived in Japan twice. Brother, they got nothing on Japan, man. I mean, here's the thing. What made me want to live there more is because, first of all, I speak the language, right? And you don't have to get over there speaking the language, man. You're going to learn it. But it's just relaxing to me, man. It's just that I can trust people. I lived in Korea for a year. I was stationed there, and Korea was cool. I'll go back to visit, but I would never live there because they have an ulterior motive, man. They all about money. They're all about the money, right? And I know why, because Korea is the kind of place where you got to take care of the parents too. You got so that's why people say Asians are racist. They're not racist. They just don't want to marry you because they know that you don't understand the structure of the family as well as they do. You understand that you have to foot that bill for the grandparents. Japan, you don't have to do that. But most other Asian countries, you do. You don't have to do that. You're not required to do that in Japan. So, but to answer your question, Japan feels very comfortable. It just feels like my element. My birthday is on the same day as the Japan National Day, which is crazy. Like somebody having a birthday on July the 4th. I've always wanted to live in Japan since I was 6 years old. I've been researching the country a lot since I was a kid and growing up. So Japan is just my calling, man. It's just my spot. It's just my spot on the globe. And I just, like I said, I just feel so comfortable there.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. For me, guys, and also to what he's saying, to follow up with, like, you know, he speaks the language and things like this. Guys, listen, look. So there are multiple things that I use in order to learn the language, but also this is one of the books that I taught to Tokyo64 about getting like a year ago. And I remember him and Theo telling me to get, like, you know, a book about hiragana and katakana. I bought this right here. This don't even cost like $30, or it's below that. This is the second edition, revisited, and also it's a work book for self-study, and it literally has all the differences between hiragana and katakana. I'm gonna put up a little bit and actually put the light over here so you guys can see it a little bit more. But all right here, what you got to do, what you can practice, and what you got to just really know. So whenever you decide to either be a teacher or more often than not, or start to study the language, it'll help you out. And also, I'll actually put it in the comments, because you guys can buy it on Amazon for like 18 or 20 bucks. Like I said, it's not even that much, to be honest, guys. Because I actually have this book, and I have another one coming in for just simply for kanji. That one coming in too. But I wanted to get this one first, because I know these motherfuckers gonna give me headaches first. But that's why I think I wanted to, you know, get my head and sink it into it. Like I said, this whole week I've been looking at this. Yesterday I didn't get a chance to really look at it as much because I was healing up, and also had some other things I had to take care of, guys. But but you know, like I said, I think it's refreshing to learn something new. Like I said, I've been listening to Japanese broadcasting, like my man Tokyo64 told me. Been listening to Japanese podcast 101s. Like, listen, I promise you guys, listen enough to those, you'll get to know how to say something. I told my man IP International Passport about this, and I told him I got it just from listening to a couple little podcasts like that, but also they go over daily phrases that are used in Japan, constant words that are being used, and if you submerge yourself in it enough, you'll start speaking that. And like I said, you just got to keep practicing. I even have like, guys, this is how much of a workaholic sometimes I am. Sometimes when I'm with this, I even have the app right here. Literally, learn Japanese right here. Learn Japanese. I have everything here, from learning listen tests, quiz tests, numbers, greetings. They got everything in here, man. And even when I take them tests, I put it on the highest difficulty to make sure I know them kanjis and hiragana and katakanas. But the thing is, I've always said is don't overload yourself with a lot of stuff. Start small. Start with learning the words first, and then I will get to the handwriting. Because
そうですね。なんかそれないようにいろいろ勉強しなければならないね。なんかね、YouTube では見た方がいいと思うんですけど、本当にね、YouTube 見たら、特にニュースの番組見たら、ひらがなとカタカナの方があったら、よく勉強する方がいいと思うんですよ。So what I basically said in Japanese, man, is I just said, look, so in order for you not to forget, you want to watch those news programs on YouTube, you want to get that hiragana, katakana book, you want to immerse yourself in that Japanese language, man. The secret to learning a language, any language, is you got to think in that language. Don't try to translate. When somebody say konnichiwa to you, then in your head, you say, oh, konnichiwa, what that mean? Good afternoon. No. When they say konnichiwa, you say, oh, konnichiwa. You're supposed to hit them right back. Answer right back.
Exactly, right back at
there.
Don't,
right back at it. That means you start thinking in the language. When you start thinking in the language, then that's when you pretty much are there, man. You're pretty much there. You on the right track.
Yeah, so, exactly. It'd be like, domo arigato, kyodai.
Yep.
Things like that.
So,
by the way, I realize how long it is to write it, but when you say it, I swear it's like a long writing paragraph. But the thing is,
I said difficult. It's difficult. Muskashi means it's difficult. Difficult, yo. Totemo muskashi. Very difficult. Totemo muskashi, yo. 本当にとても難しいですけど。でもね、あんなに難しくないで、なんか毎日勉強したら大丈夫だと思うんです。
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, it's okay. It's not difficult if you study every day. You'll be okay. Of course, you'll be okay. Yep.
Yeah. And he says, what got you interested in Japan at such a young age? Was it me or 64? I think it might mean 64 probably. Go ahead.
Ian, when I was a kid, man, you know, I was growing up in the projects of Philly, man. I was a poor black kid, man. So just like the next brother. And but I used to come home from school, and I would watch this program called Ultraman. The Ultraman, the anime. That wasn't anime, but it was just Ultraman. And I saw this cute lady on there, man. Her name was Fuji. She was on the Science Patrol. And you know, I started falling in love with Japan from then, man. She was my first crush, really. That lady was my first crush, because I never seen anybody like that before. I said, wait a minute, these people look different from the people I'm seeing in my neighborhood. What? Why do they look so different? You know? And then my grandmother got me this book called The Shogun, which I still got it in my phone. In fact, I read it about 1,000 times. I'm reading it again right now as we speak. And I just started growing into it, man. And so ever since then, I always wanted to go to Japan. I told myself, I'm gonna go to Japan, live there, I'm gonna have a Japanese wife. That's how it was, man. Ever since I was 6 years old. Yeah.
So you heard him. Hey man, and I guess I'll answer the question too. Like I said, at a young age, man, it was the old Godzilla movies, it was old Bruce Lee movies that got me into that. And most of that's Hong Kong, but it's like, you know, just Asian movies in general got me into it. And also, guys, I am a Kamen Rider fanboy. I'm actually going back. Tokyo64, fun fact, I'm going back and watching all the old Kamen Riders.
Oh, nice.
From Japan, and those are really good because Ultraman is Sentai, like Super Sentai, which is basically kind of like Power Rangers, and that's why I'm actually gonna start watching Ultraman again.
Yeah, I used to watch Ultraman, Speed Racer, Astro Boy, Marine Boy,
yeah, that's like
Space Giants. But I don't watch the modern stuff. Like my son, my little boy is into One Piece, Doraemon. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So him and my wife and Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk's a big thing over in Japan right now. Slam Dunk is humongous. They went to see the movie over there, man, when it launched, when we went to Niigata last month. Oh, my wife and son went off. I watched the baby.
Shout out to your family, man. I love your family for that. Man. Slam Dunk, bro.
I gotta check it out.
Man. I think you might like it, actually. There's actually a series that I'm rewatching again. It's called Kuroko no Basket, the basketball which Kuroko plays. And there's literally a character in there. I swear to you, he's black. I don't care what it says. Aomine Daiki. This brother, he's like a young... Black. Yeah, he's got blue hair but the black skin and all that. And I was like, bro, he's like a mini Mako Jordan.
He's like the favorite for the Japanese girls. They love that guy. They love that character.
Oh, yeah, dude. Aomine Daiki. I promise.
But if you want to see a program... Right now, there's a program on Netflix called The Terrace House. It's about Japanese relations, and it's beautiful. It's like a setting. There's no script, but you can hear the Japanese and watch the subtitles, and it can train your ear, man. You hear how they talk to each other, how they interact, where they go on dates and stuff. It's a beautiful show about Japanese culture in modern times. It's called The Terrace House. Yep. Yeah.
And also, there's actually and guys, shout out to my man Tokyo64 for saying that too, because he reminded me there was actually a movie that was based on I think it's called First Love, and I think it's about these two Japanese couples. And,
First Love.
I'm actually going to watch that, and I want to review that actually, guys. I'm going to be taking notes, and I am going to be saying phrases in Japanese on that particular review, because that's something I was looking forward to. And by the way, one of my first crutches was Utada Hikaru. Because her coming over here singing her music.
Automatic. Yeah, she's good, man.
I'm sorry, I love her music. Like people don't know how much I can listen on like Face My Fears, Sanctuary Pass. Like I love those.
Yep.
Love
they got a lot
songs,
of good singers in Japan. There's a brother out there in Japan called Toshinobu, Toshi Kubota Toshinobu. This brother dances good. I went to see him in concert back in 85, 86, I think it was. And I tell you, man, this brother, he's the same age as me, but he's still jamming. He sings a lot of soul, hip hop. That's his music in Japan. Creva. They got a lot of Japanese love our music, man. They love jazz more than they love it in the U.S. They just appreciate. They don't judge our music. You get a rap group over there saying, "Yo, I got these motherfuckers up in the motherfucking house." Japanese ain't sitting up there saying, "Oh, you shouldn't say that." They don't judge us, man. They don't judge performers. They appreciate it. They understand it and they appreciate it.
Yeah, and shout out to homie Kazoku, because they have one of my favorite songs called "On the Run." It sounds so old school hip hop. I'm like, bro, it sounds so good. That's one of my
they
always
good,
go
man.
to. Yeah,
like,
dude, that music would be banging. A majority of my music on my iPad is majority Japanese. Like it's like old school from here, and jazz, and it's like Japanese guys and K-pop. Like I got a bunch of Asian music on here, like to the point.
Yeah, Kyoto Jazz Massive. It's got a nice jazz cut. Dimensions cool. T Square, Cassiopeia. Sadao Watanabe blows a nice sax. I met Kazumi Watanabe at a concert. He plays the guitar.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of great performers over there in Japan, man, that people don't even
know.
I
want to go to the concerts.
They're really good.
I got something. I want to go to the concerts.
Keiko Matsui, I went to 2 of her concerts in the last year. I went to see Keiko. I got pictures with Keiko. Me and her took pictures together.
Keiko Matsui.
I went there. Keiko Matsui, yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, Tony, I'm jealous of you right now, dude. I would like to go to one of her concerts, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Keiko can play that piano, man. She kills it, man. So they know what they're talking about. They know what they're talking about. They know what's up. Japanese. One thing about Japanese, brother, I know when I was in Japan, I was just in Tokyo last month. They know what time it is. You see them, they be dressing nice. Like I seen this Japanese brother, man, on the train, because they brothers, man. You might as well call them that, because they are. They gonna treat you like brothers, man. And they was on the train, and this brother had on, like, he was dressed nice and nice shoes on. And they ain't bullshit, man. They look nice from head to toe, especially when they going to work, when they're doing their thing. I had my setup too, and you can tell we was acknowledging each other, like, "Yo, man, you all right? Okay, you got some nice stuff on, man. Yeah, you got some nice stuff." And that was it. It was cool.
Exactly. You know? Like I said, that interaction, like I said, I like interactions like that. Like I said, it's very positive, but also men acknowledging men, like, "Yo, we look great today, bro. That's what's up." And like I said, people always find it weird to compliment another brother. I'm like, there's nothing wrong complimenting another brother. In the old school days, all movies I used to watch, like, "Brother, you look fly." Like, "Damn, dog, you look good." Like, "Bro, you look good. That's what's up, man." Like, you cleaned up nice. And like I said, a brother likes to see that. Like his brother likes.
Yeah, you see a brother like his shoes, man. I told so many people, I said, "Yo, man, I like his shoes." They're like, "Oh, thank you, man." I said, "Yeah, man, nice shoes, brother. You got some nice shoes on, man." Men feel good, man. When you get, you know, the ladies would compliment me all day. You know, like I told this one lady, I said, "Yo, I love your hat. I like you have a nice hat on." She had like a bucket leather hat on, man. I had I had a hat like this, but it was leather. And then her friend, she said, "You said thank you," and then her friend said, "You got a nice hat on too," because that's her duty as another woman, as a woman with her friend, to make sure you look at me too. That's how they are in Japan. Make sure you look at me too. That's how the women are. Right. When they go out their house, man, they are out there to get people.
That's what's up. And Wally, he has another question. He said, if you had to tell people one thing they'll love about Tokyo, what will it be?
The scenery. The city, the urban scenery is just out of this world, man. There's just so many high-tech things, so many beautiful sceneries. The architecture is what it really is, amounts to. Just the architecture is like, wow. Just the street scene, just walking down the street, and you in the element, and you like, wow. I'm here, I'm in Tokyo, and I'm doing it. Like, I have my earbuds on, I'm jamming to some Sean McCabe or some house or whatever, and I'm just walking down the Blue Lab Beats, man. I got my Blue Lab Beats on, man. You know, walking down the street, and the scenery, just taking the scene in with the music in my ear, man. The vibe. I say the vibe. The vibe is what's up. The vibe.
Okay. Like I said, I definitely respect that. I just tell people, like, I'm all about, like, you know, just being, like I said, being in different, like, sceneries, and just seeing, sorry about that, guys, and just seeing where, like, you're at. I appreciate scenery, like, just like art in a sense, and that's why I've always said, like, if I ever go to Japan, man, I'm gonna, like, want to take in all the sights. I'm gonna want to just to do that. It's gonna be, like, really fun to do that for me. Because
Tokyo's my favorite city in the whole world, by the way. So that's
Oh, Tokyo, that's what's up. Yeah, because I gotta go to Tokyo. There's a lot of songs they have in Tokyo and the freaking people I listen to, and I really do like that. You know what? I'll say this. I'm really looking forward to visiting Kyushu and Kyoto personally because I really want to see like the prefectures or everything that's there. And of course, I told everybody in one of my videos I want to visit all the freaking shrines. I don't give a freak. All the 30 gates, I'm gonna do all that.
Brother,
Visit
they
all
got
of
a
them.
lot. They got a lot. Niigata
I'm
got
pretty
the
sure they
most
got
out
a
of all
lot.
of them. Niigata got more than any of them, but they got a
Oh,
lot of them
Niigata?
all over the
Okay.
place, man. Yeah, where my wife's from, they got the most shrines and temples in the prefecture. I'll tell you, man, Japan is just one of those places where you know how. Okay, let me tell you, brothers, what's up, and you brothers will know. Wally will know what I mean too when I say this. What I'm trying to say is this. You know how you in the States, man, you go like to Dallas or you in like Chicago or you in Philly or in New York or you in somewhere. It's pretty much the same. You walk in the store, you see the same shit. Oh, they got a hamburger. Okay, great. There's a hamburger, a hot dog. Okay, great. Japan ain't like that. Anywhere you go that's different, they're going to have their own different cuisine within that local area. Yeah, you'll see like the regular Japanese things, but you still want to have something that's special to that area. Scenery special only to the area. Food special only to the area that they don't have anywhere else in Japan. It's a unique experience. Everywhere you go that's different, it's a unique experience. It's not the same. The US is so drawn out, it's the same shit. Oh wait, I seen that. Oh, if you close your eyes, you don't even know where you at. It ain't like that in Japan. The variety in Japan is the key. Yep.
Right,
So
interesting.
yeah. So I mean, you haven't been to Japan yet, right, Wally?
No, I haven't, but I do want to be a traveler, so I definitely want to be out there and going to other places that I have never seen before. So yeah.
So what would you say your age group is right now?
My age group is the early, like, well, not early, but late 20s.
Okay, so you late 20s, so you still trying to find your way so you can get your wealth and everything reset. So you got the time, and like I said, you don't have to worry too much about age because you're a man. You can get you a nice young 21, 22-year-old Japanese girl even when you're 50. I met my wife, I was 43, my wife was 21. So I'm 22 years older than my wife. Whoop de do. No big deal. We got 2 kids. So they don't care about that, man. They just want a man. They want you to be a man. That's what they want. They want you to be yourself. They don't want a simp. They want a man. They got enough simps. They want a man in Japan. Yep. And that's why they gravitate toward the brothers. Because we got that look. We got that feel.
Right. Because I also see like a lot of channels of that area, probably like amongst the food channels, right, that they have, and I see a lot of them. Bro, it is amazing what they can do over there when it comes to the food.
Yep. The food is good. You asked about Tokyo. I'll tell you another thing. The food is amazing. The food in Japan is amazing. They got better French restaurants in Tokyo than they got in Paris.
Wow.
Yep. And it's not. You ain't got to pay arm and leg for it. You ain't got to pay arm and leg, man. I put some stuff on Facebook. I went out with my wife and her sister,
food,
and my son and my daughter, who she was too young to eat, but still, and me. And I had beer, wine. I've ordered 2 pizzas, 3 different kind of pastas, doubled up on everything, and I still only spent $70, man, in there. In America, it would have ran me about $200. You go figure. It's quality of life, man. The quality of life is just so much better. And see, another thing too, you got Americans over here spending all this money on houses. I'll give you an example. They like spending $1 million homes in California and all these other places. But you step a few blocks from your home, guess what you stepping over? You stepping over shit, homeless people all over the damn place. They robbing you blind out of your house, and you live in $1 million home. In Japan, you ain't got to spend none of that, and you ain't got to worry about nothing. You got millionaire living right next to you. They get $1 million home living next to you, $100,000 home. It's not like that in Japan. They don't separate by neighborhoods. It's like, hey, good morning. That's it. Bless you. They ain't looking down on you. You say, you drive a Mercedes? Great. I'm driving a Toyota. Great. Ohio gozaimasu. Good morning to you. That's it. Nobody's condescending. Yep. Ain't like in the States, man. The States got, man, their quality of life here is eroding. You got shootings everywhere. You got mass shootings. California had 3 mass shootings in 3 days. In 3 days. For what?
Jesus.
So you making a lot of you making a lot of money. You live in $1 million house, but you still got a risk of dying on the street like a dog the minute you leave your house, and you even got a chance in your own damn house to die like a dog. So what's that?
That's crazy.
Where you at, Wally? What part you at?
Yeah, I'm over here in Florida.
Man, if I had my hand, if this fool was in front of me right now, DeSantis, I'd smack his ass right now. Taking away the African in schools, I can't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. For me, it's like this. I looked at it, I heard it, and I was like, all right. From his standpoint, he said that there were certain things that were involved in there that should have been there. That's what I'm hearing from him, right? Mm-hmm. And based upon those subjects, because there was a lot of things that they were trying to project that should have been there, like they trying to push the whole LGBT thing and all that other stuff. And I'm like, that stuff was the thing that he wasn't rocking with, and that they were just pushing agendas. So I was like, okay, if that's the case, then I can be okay with that, because it's like, okay, don't push bullish. He's not trying to push bullish in the system. I was like, okay, fine, I can be cool with that if that's the case, right? If it's anything else, then I'm like, okay, then what else is it? Because that's my thing. Because my thing is, people saying like, okay, he's been challenging this every single time though. So it's like, okay, so I just want to understand what was things that were constantly being challenged, or because my thing is, I think it's simple as, okay, if you want to slice something out of there that should have been there, then slice that stuff and step everything else. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's how I look at that stuff. But
well, I agree with you on the LGBT thing. Okay, look, I don't have anything against like gay or lesbian, whatever. But what I don't like is I don't like how America try to push it like it's more out there. I know this is right. We're not covering that, but as a rebut, just to answer your question, or get back this response here, there's any given society is only 4% gay or lesbian. But America try to act like it's 30, 40, 50%. And that's what I don't like. Because I don't need my kids getting involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that on my kids. I don't want that on my kids.
Right.
My kids are good.
And that's one of my things right there. That's one reason why I want to have my kids raised in Japan, because of that.
Yeah. It must. A gay son does not keep your line going. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. A lesbian daughter does not keep my line going. Our goal in life, our reason, the big reason why we're on this rock is to make more of us. Right. I'm not interested. I'm not making kids to have them in the line right there. That's not the way it works.
Right. And the thing is, I tell everybody, even out of respect for people out of that community, for me, like I said, I'd rather have a woman that was born with a vagina. I've said that just 2 days ago. That's just how I'm coming. Too. And also, like I said, I want my children to carry on our legacy. Now, like I said, and I'll say this: if I have like 4 kids and one of them tends to be either like gay or whatever, it won't matter to me particularly, because I have 3 others who are straight and things like that. That doesn't make me mad or anything. Like I said, because I'm still gonna love my kid regardless. Because I've thought about that, and I've had a really deep talk with my brothers around, and I said I should never disown my kids, and I'm not going to. And the things because I don't want my children ever growing up hating me personally. But also, but also they gotta understand. Listen, I'm gonna tell my son this. Listen, whether I agree with your lifestyle, it has no bearing on me. Like, who am I? I'm one person. But I'm your dad. Like I said, I'm dad. I'm going to love you regardless of who you are. Regardless. But I want you to be thinking for yourself, not whether it's put in your head. Because you are your own person. And can nobody tell you how to be you except you. Right. At that point. Because like I said, because listen, we all have a life, and we don't exist in a vacuum. Everybody interplays off each other. But at the same time, you choose what information you intake in your head. That's one of the hardest things I had to learn at a young age. What I choose to listen to, and also what I'm willing to let in. So that's how that talk would go, and that's what I told him. Like I said, because it's fine if it's one thing you get in your rights, that's fine. But when you try to push the agenda on me, I'm not with that. I've never been with that, because I realize how it comes off. It's like, oh, you're haters. Then guess what? If you say I'm a hater, well, then so be it. I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I know I'm not.
No.
And because the thing is, they don't understand the failure of, like, you don't understand no, because stupidity. I tell people, ignorance is something you can always come back from. Stupidity is a whole different thing. You don't understand no. That's what stupidity is. Stupidity is a failure of reasoning. Ignorance is a lack of knowledge. And I think they have stupidity when they do that, where they don't understand no. Like, no, this is not what I'm into. I've said that before. And you just pushing on the young kid, you pushing on young kids, I think is crossing the line for me. Because the thing is, you should let things go naturally flow. That's, like I said, because it was never an issue whenever we were younger. We knew this was around us in high school. Yeah, but nobody pushed anything on me. It was just around. That's the difference. Like, girl on girl, things like that. Like, yeah, I knew that existed. That was something I experienced in high school. That was around there. The two guys thing, that was in college. Okay, no one ever told me that. Why is it now that guys, I know we're off topic, but we'll get back, I promise. I'm just saying a few things real quick. I don't understand why it's a modicum thing that oppresses on young kids, and also to treat bathrooms and stuff like that. Like, guys, it's getting ridiculous.
Call indoctrination
now.
Trying to voice your mind.
It's like it's a slow. It's getting towards dangerous paternalism right now.
Yeah.
And guys, I will tell you about that word later. But it's just basically that you're the moral justice code. Like, it means that your words and your actions mean law, and that's what that sounds a lot like. And that's how dangerous it is to me. That's why I said, well, if I had kids, I'm not raising them here in America. They're gonna be raised in Japan more often than not. Both my little girl, my little boy. And that's why I said I'm not raising them here, because y'all gonna fuck their minds up with that bullshit. Hell no. Me, my lady in my kitchen fucking that up. So no. And that's why I'm more launched to 64, Wally, and cats that just want to, like, allow our kids to be kids. And that's why I said that. Just let kids be kids, man. Stop trying to force shit on them at a young age. They have a right to experience the world the way you had a right to experience the fucking world. So don't press your hardships onto them. It's one thing to let them know about things, but let them be older for that shit. Way older. I'm talking about like high school and up. At least around that, when that talk gets around, when it starts to circle around, that's when it starts coming around in high school. You'll start noticing things like that. But like below 10, hell no. So like I said, I understand Wally's position and things like that, and Tokyo64. I get that, guys. Like I said, just like I said, just worry about the kids. It's about the kids at the end of the day, and just being protected by the people they care about, and not trying to be indoctrinated. So just
what they should do. What you're trying to say, Jay, is me as a father, I can attest to this. Is all I'm saying is, give me a chance to raise my children the way that I see fit. And if you want to throw your bullshit on them later on, after I've already raised them to where they are now, their minds are solid, they have a strong influence from me and my wife. Now you want to throw some BS on them, throw it on them. But guess what? Now they'll be able to judge with a good background. They'll be saying, you know what? Nah, that shit ain't for me. That ain't the way. I see how my wife, my mommy and my daddy live. I love the way they live. I'm gonna go conventional, right?
Right. Or exactly.
They might say, well, I don't think that's. I do think I want to experiment with that. Okay, fine. If that's what they want to do after you've already raised them, that is their choice as an adult. But don't be flushing the shit down my son's brain at 3rd, 3rd, and 4th grade. That makes no sense to me.
It doesn't at all. It just very forceful and is very classless, and that's why I said because they did the same thing with Kobe and shit, which I wasn't a fan of. Whenever, and here's when I say that, where it's just like, people from different communities just like want to jump on the back end because of some man did something, did falsely got accused of something, but also trying to push something on him. Like, dude, you realize he had a little girl and his little girl, right? And you trying to push that bullshit? I'm like, fuck you, fuck all y'all people who did that. That's what I said, because guess what? We don't, and I tell people, we don't know what that brother did, but at the same time, it wasn't consistent with that. Wasn't consistent with what that lady said happened to her. So that's why that case got thrown out. And the thing is, nobody's saying victims shouldn't be heard. But guess what, dude? You're doing something on the death of someone who had lost someone who died, a little girl, baby girl.
But it goes to show you, though, right?
I don't respect that
This
shit.
is why, but this goes to show you. This is why we don't get no, as men, we don't get no respect out here. They'll do whatever it takes to throw us under the bus.
And by the way, he was an advocate for women's basketball, all that stuff that y'all should be a freaking head of, and y'all go
Exactly.
pull this shit. And I'm like,
Yep.
yeah. And then I said, did you tweet his stuff about his partnership with freaking Naomi Osaka, which is, by the way, shout out to that sister, and freaking his partnership with Serena, all that other stuff. None of that shit. But the rape,
I'm mad.
The rape stuff is front and center, right? And I'm like, y'all fuck people.
I'm mad
Wait,
at Naomi Osaka right now because I don't like that she got pregnant and she never got married.
Yeah,
She's a
that's not
Japanese black woman, and she doing the same shit that a lot of our women do in the States. They having babies before they get pregnant. I mean, before they get married. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
not a
not
role
with
model
that
that my
either.
daughter's gonna look up to, because my daughter's gonna know you never carry before you marry. I don't give a damn.
You marry. Well, actually, you always marry before you carry, and that's why.
Exactly.
That's why
never carry before
Tokyo64.
you
We
marry.
talked about that, didn't we? We
Yup,
talked about
you
that. Where
marry
I said
before you carry.
I'm gonna marry her, and then I'm going to we're gonna have kids. And the reason why, because I
Yeah.
believe in doing it in a union.
Yeah,
Tie
it
West
ain't
Side
got nothing to
together.
do. It's to me, it ain't got nothing to do with religion. I'm not religious. Ain't got nothing to do with no
Oh yeah,
religion.
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, not like that.
It's just a matter of just understand that you yourself are giving as a woman. You see, women got to understand this, and a lot of women may not agree with me on that because a lot of women in our country, unfortunately, like my mother included, were single moms. We're not. They're not really single. They were moms without a husband, is what we're gonna call it, right? So basically, as a woman, and I'm gonna teach my daughter this, you have the tools to produce. You have reproductive organs in your body. A man can reproduce by interacting with you. We get that. But as a woman, you are out here to attract a man and his wealth and his well-being his whole life. Your job is to attract a man to want to be able to spend the rest of his life with you. A man, people see in America, they devalue that. They think, oh, I just give me another man. No. When you marry a woman, you are saying, I'm giving you my life. I'm willing to do everything for you. And she's willing to risk her life for you by having your children. They need to go on and build that up and stop sanitizing that, because they've created a mess here. Because basically, as a woman, you don't want to get pregnant without being married, because now you're static. You went down. You know what I'm saying? Your value dropped tremendously.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what we have to teach our women.
Right, and the thing, like I said, they're to be protected by us under our covenant and things like that. And that's why I said, because I told everybody, you ain't getting through my little girl, through me Tokyo64, through me Wally, me my little boy Chris, like you ain't getting through all of them. And you gotta be worthy. You gotta be worthy of that shit, personally for me. And please believe I'll be on some bad boy shit and say, who the f are you? Yep. I will turn into that, because that's my baby girl.
Yep.
And please trust me. Ain't nobody think they can just take her. I'm like, hell no, man. You're gonna get through me first. What's our name? My man Ian had a question for you, brother. And he said, like, I was wondering about the censorship laws in Japan. Are there any types of media that is banned or not viewable?
Yes, Ian. So
chopping off the head.
Japan is pretty open. The only thing that they censor is certain body parts in the pornography. So as everybody knows, Japan is one of those countries where they have a lot of perverts in Japan. A lot of men are perverts, but that's the way they look at things. Okay, that's them. But they won't show the genitals. So whenever you see like porn in Japan, the genitals will not be shown. You'll see the mosaic around, the penis and the vaginal area. You'll see the mosaic. You know what's going on. You know what's happening. It's real. You can tell when they don't have a condom on or whatever, but they're gonna cover that up. That's the only thing I noticed that was censored in Japan.
Yeah, and I like I said, guys, I've done too much research in my spare time to actually know what types of mediums they watch. But even some old like foreign films that they had, things like that. Yeah, they'll probably show like the chest area, but that's about as far as it ever goes.
Yeah, they don't have no problem showing the chest all day long.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
could care less
exactly.
about
That's
the
just like
chest.
it's just like common because like I said, and guys, don't get it twisted, y'all. Y'all have seen freaking naked canvases in freaking America too, so I don't want to get it
Yup,
twisted with that nonsense. We've all seen
yup,
that. Yeah, I've seen it too, and in some of the foreign art films, I've seen it too. Where what
yup.
it's mostly what the canvas, and then the guy just paints her and shit like that, or it's the reverse, or it's the dude with the chest and shit, and then just paint them and shit like that. So yeah, guys, like that's as far as it ever goes. But like, yeah, that's their central viewership over there.
Yup.
Don't get you started on anime. I get so pissed about that when they censor shit that should have been in the book. I get so mad. I'm like, bro, his head was part of my face was chopped off, bro, and you didn't show that, and that's all I get mad about, like stuff like that. But certain channels can show certain
Mhm.
violence in Japan. They can do that in certain channels, but certain ones they can't show that. So I
Well,
did
what?
not have the time to look that up.
Well, here's what you gotta know in Japan too. Like my wife, my son and I be watching a football game in the U.S., right? And then what they show when the commercials come, they got all these violent shows on there, like shooting up and all this other crap. You don't see that in
Damn.
Japan on TV. That you won't see. You don't
Okay,
see them
cool.
shooting up people on TV and what they like to do over this stupid country over here in the States, where they be showing like, oh, Fox has got this new show on. Look, you don't see
Right.
that over there. So now every
Right.
time a
Okay.
commercial come on, I gotta block it off. I gotta put it back off, so my kids don't sit there and see that crap.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
man.
want
I
to
got
look
it.
at that shit.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And I gotta be careful of that too. Now, thanks for reminding me of that. Like, when I'm doing my first kid with a lady, I'm gonna let you know. Like, yo, bro, I'm gonna like what ones I gotta bleep out for, like literally,
Yep.
because that's gonna be different. Because if we watch the game from American things like that, like yeah, I gotta be sure. So just be careful
Yep.
of little things like that. I would say this since we get into the culture aspect, sir. So what? So I would say like at least what are the top things for you when it comes to their culture that you really love?
Um, man, I love the way that they do things. So, for example, like when you go out in Japan, you always have a good time, no matter what, because their Japanese are very hospitable. So, I just like the way like from A to Z, it's all world class. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So, like for example, you go out and like my wife and I go out to eat, and the meal's good. The drive to go eat is good. The drive after is good. The scenery is good. I like the way that they respect people. They respect each other so much, right? So it's like, hey, hello, how are you? They show you respect. They're very clean. I love the cleanliness of the culture. They're very clean. You probably see it on my Facebook. Everywhere I went, man, they had bidets. You go into 7-Eleven. I took a picture of it, put it on Facebook. You go in the convenience store, the bathroom is clean. In the convenience store. And you want to know what's good about it? You ain't walking to the convenience store and you ain't got to buy nothing in Japan. There's bathrooms everywhere. Public baths
I do
everywhere.
notice that they're everywhere.
So when you walk in the store, you ain't got to buy nothing. You go straight back to the bathroom, handle your business, push the buttons you got to push. It's going to put the water up the butt and everything like that. Wipe whatever you dry it off, whatever you want to do. They got dryer buttons. Wash your hands, you roll up out of there, say, oh, and you just keep going. Ain't no buying nothing. You don't want to buy nothing. You just want to use the restaurant. So I like the way that they respect you in Japan. Just the whole setup. I can walk like now, if I'm in Japan, it's like 7:30. It's dark. I can finish the stream, eat dinner like I'm going to do, walk, and then say, hey, babe, I'm going to go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. We walking outside. We ain't got to worry about nothing. 10, 11 o'clock at night. My family, my wife with the stroller, my baby, my son. Ain't nobody bothering us. That's what I love about it. Ain't nobody going to bother us. So that's the thing I love about the culture. It's just the safety and security and the level of respect that I get when I'm in Japan.
All right, I got you there. I think one of the things I think I like is like how they conduct themselves around people. Like I said, I think the common courtesy and respect that I see them do, and also like the willingness to really to keep the code, to keep the routine, things like that. I think I really respect that a lot because I was raised to be a gentleman more often than not by my grandmother, and you know, because my father raised, you know, my mother and father both raised me. She said my grandmother, she put mannerisms in my idea, like a proper etiquette, how to speak, open doors, things like that, and also like how to convey yourself the way a young man should. So when I see them do this, it just blew my mind. It's just like, so it's not just simply church folks who do stuff like this. It's people out there in Japan who either believe and don't believe that do things like this. And it's just like the common, like, it's the common society norm. And it's not like we're doing it for us, like we do it because that's how we were raised and upbrought. So
Yeah, I
like,
want to say
really like that
something
about
on
them.
that. Yeah, I
Go
want to
ahead,
say
bro.
like you get people up here saying, like I seen this fool on YouTube. Oh, you know, Japan's a religious country. They're actually Christian. No, they're not. That's bull. In
They're
Japan,
not.
only 5% of the people believe in religion. A Japanese will have a Christian wedding. They'll go to Shinto shrines at the beginning of every year to you know chant for good luck, and they'll have Buddhist funerals. Japanese, my wife, she don't believe in anything. That's her routine. Me, I practice Buddhism because I like just the way Buddhism works. But all I'm saying is, and Buddhism is not a religion anyway; it's a practice. So when you
Practice.
hear these white boys get up there and these girls are, oh, they're religious. No, they're Christian. No, they're not. They could care less about a Christian. They're not doing this because they're Christian. They're doing this because that's where they were raised. People need to understand. Japan was closed for 250 years straight during the Tokugawa era. 250 years, they had 250 years of uninterrupted disturbance to solidify their culture as Japanese people, to build on that culture, to gain on that culture. When Perry took his ass over there in late 1800s and they opened up, they didn't just give up their culture. What they did was they embraced differences and they went out and they learned other things to further enhance their well-being. In other words, to protect themselves, right? More, right?
Yeah.
But they did not drop it, start becoming Christians and all this other crap. You might have had somebody practice it and think they was getting successful, but they never were. Not like the Philippines or other countries where they really, Christianity has messed up those countries, right? No, Japan has kept to themselves. The reason why people are well-mannered, the first 3 years of elementary school, besides their parents, all the kids learn are manners. That's all they learn are manners before they start getting into real education. So that is why they are the way they are, not because of somebody saying, oh, it's because they're Christian. That's bullshit. That is not the way it works in Japan.
No, it does not work like that. I
No.
just tell a lot of people, like, you guys got to chill with that because
That's what they want to believe because they believe in that. But that's not what the
Yeah.
Japanese do. Westerners really get on my nerves when I'm in Japan. They get over there and they try to put their play and their spin on Japan because they're trying to influence the Japanese. Japanese cannot be influenced. That the white boys tried it. The Japanese like, well, we don't want to hear what you got to say. The Koreans were dumb enough to listen to the white boys about, oh, the black men aren't nothing. But the Japanese girls, they're like, we don't give a shit what you got to say. Because they got along with us so well after World War II. The blacks and Japanese got along so well because the brothers were treating them with respect. Unlike the whites that were trying to look down on them. They remembered that. That's embedded in their society. So that's why they treat us well.
Well said, brother. Like I said, I think just people trying to push a narrative is anything bad for me. When you think you feel like you're speaking for the whole country, like you can't speak for the whole fucking country. I tell people that's why I tell people don't speak on my behalf ever. I said, why would you don't speak on my behalf, motherfucker? Like seriously, don't, bro. Like because like Jay, you said no, I didn't say that. I said me particularly. I like this simple thing. I didn't say everybody did. There's just it's only one person. Like you said, I can only speak for me. I don't speak for the whole group of people in Japan or that. They speak for themselves, and or the culture speaks for itself more often than not is what it is. And then the thing is, like I said, you gotta people who do that are like, yo, like bro, you're dirty. To me,
they try to throw it on you. They try to force it. Especially Americans, man. Everywhere they go, they try to force that bullshit on somebody. Man, I'd be like, get out of my face. I'm not interested in your shit. I had one guy come to my house when I lived in Okinawa. Oh, okay. He was a Jehovah's Witness. And they have a tendency to go around. You know, in Japan, you can open somebody's door because they don't lock the door. They say, "Gomen kudasai." He opened the door and he saw me standing there. And I looked at him like, man, you better get out of my face. He was shocked because he didn't know I was an American. He was over the door. He ran downstairs so quick, his head was spinning. But I know, okay, so Ian is asking about the nightlife. Ain't no nightlife in Japan, brother. Forget about it. Yeah, right.
Thank you for telling me that.
They got nightlife all over that place, brother. Everywhere. Everywhere, man. And all types of nightlife. You got
Osaka,
nightlife
baby.
escort. You got nightlife for this. You got nightlife for that. You got bars. You got clubs. You got
parties,
extra,
all
this,
that.
Yeah, parties, pubs. You got it. Every Japanese love to drink and have a good time. They love it.
Mm-hmm.
And they could be a totally different person.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
it's a crazy thing. And I actually wanted to talk to I want you to talk to 64 about that because he knows I'm not much of a party guy anymore. Like I said, I think that those early days are like done and over. And like I said, it was like around 18 to like 20, and I'm like, all right, it's not all it was. Could be like it's fun somewhat, but I'm like, yeah, this ain't yeah.
You don't have to do partying, Jay. One thing you don't have to do, and I'm glad you mentioned that. You don't have to do party. You don't have to go to one club. What you do is you can go to like what they call an izakaya, where they serve food and drink, and you can have a good time and you can talk to the ladies and enjoy yourself. Or you can go to a straight up bar and just get you a drink and have a good time and talk to people. You don't have to go to the club. A lot of Americans are conditioned to go to the club and try to get up with the dance, the girls. Most of the girls at the clubs, they really don't want to talk. They just want to dance and have a good time and leave.
Have a good time and get away from their work and shit. Exactly.
But trust me, you do meet a lot of girls over there, no matter, and not just at the clubs, in all kind of ventures. But I'm just saying
like festivals, like things like that. You meet them everywhere.
Coffee shops. The biggest thing, the place to meet the girls at are the coffee shops. If you love coffee, you meeting the girls.
Definitely, guys. And I tell people I'm a tea man, so I'll definitely be over there. Definitely.
Or tea, yup.
Definitely. And there's one more thing I wanted to, just me personally, I wanted to ask you. So, okay, this is just a little thing. This is kind of like one of the reasons why I would like my lady to cook personally. She cooks healthy meals for you, does she not? By any chance?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, she's making dinner for me now. I can smell it. I'll probably be off here in about 10 minutes, but she's making
cool, bro. Definitely.
Now. But no,
definitely.
they cook healthy for you. I mean, I can cook too. I don't cook enough, but I'm gonna start cooking more now that I'm retired. But my wife, man, she can spin up anything. She can just make anything, man, and she makes it nice. She cares what she puts in the food. She cares about what she feeds her family. Like, for the other day, like my doc said to me, "Oh, your cholesterol level is a little bit high because it's hereditary."
That's what I got. When they said it was hereditary, they said like right? Everything is fine, but it's like, yo, you got to bring down your cholesterol a little bit.
Yeah,
everything is fine except that. Yeah.
But my wife does. She says, "Okay, I'm gonna make some meals." She was already making meals like that anyway, but she said, "I'm gonna make sure that you don't run into that problem. So you can't do this now, you can't eat that now, or you can eat that, but only a little bit of that." That's how they think in Japan. In America, women, you tell a woman, "Hey, I got this." They ordering pizza next week. They ordering bullshit.
Trying to tell you.
They can't even cook because they can't cook for shit. And they ordering you shit, and you put on 15 pounds on bullshit.
And that's my thing, because like I said, I and Tony Berry, my brother, I know that you said she cooks everything for me. I told people, listen, I actually want mine cooking because I actually like to cook too. The thing is, is for my Japanese wife, more often at least just for me, I wouldn't mind her cooking those 3 to 4 days. When I get my day off, sweetheart, don't do nothing. I'll cook that day. And also, I wouldn't mind. Now, I wouldn't actually mind her teaching me how to cook some Japanese cuisines, and especially if they were healthy. And I learned that like to the T. I'm gonna definitely do it. I'm gonna definitely do that because I want to give her a break.
Well, one thing I want to say about that, giving her a break thing, a lot of time that won't happen because Japanese women, man, they get into a routine in their house. They love managing their home, and to them, they could care less if you never cook a day for them. They'd be like, "Oh, baby, you just work, you off the day. No, you relax like you always do. Don't worry about it, baby. You relax. You take care. You relax." That's how they are, man. They're not gonna be like, okay, like in the state, okay, it's US be like, okay, it's your turn. I'm not doing nothing. They didn't do shit all week anyway. It ain't like that with Japan. Japanese girls are like, I'm making, because you know why they do it that way? Because they know that if they don't do it, somebody else will.
Right.
That's what's embedded in them. Somebody else will. But in the States, they don't seem to understand that. And I read somewhere where a lot, 75% of the women in the U.S. can't cook. They don't know how to cook. They were saying this about their parents, about these kids around here. My son was telling me what they eat in school. Because my wife, she prepares my son's lunch every day in school. She prepares. When I was commuting to work, she was preparing my lunches every day. So I would always eat what my wife made for me. I couldn't eat nothing else. My son's the same way. He's never eaten a school lunch. Everything he eats, my wife makes for him. Or I'll make for him if my wife can't sometimes, right? So that's how we roll. So they will not. She's like, I'm a mom. Why is my son going to school eating somebody else's garbage? That ain't the way it works. They don't think that way. They're not built that way. That's what I keep saying. Japanese women are built to last. Right. They're built that way. That's the way they're built.
They have dedication and hard work.
Yeah, they're dedicated. It's not like in the States where girls like, okay, I can be a wife or I can cook for you. And then they be like, I cook for you for 7 years and this how you treat me. It ain't like that in Japan.
Yeah, no, I got you. I definitely feel you, brother.
That's the duty. Yep.
And I'm in on this question because I know you're getting ready to eat and you gotta leave and things like that. I'm gonna say this, sir. If you could pass one piece of advice to me about Japan. One place to visit in Japan. What would it be? What place should I visit when I first get to Japan? Personally.
Personally, I always tell people to go to Tokyo first because Tokyo has pieces of everything. Tokyo is basically a metropolis with 23 different cities in it. Shibuya City, Taito City, which is where Sasa's at, Shinagawa City, Minato City. They have 23 cities. They call them wards, but they're actually cities within the metropolis. I would always tell people to go to Tokyo first to get the gist of just about what is going on, and then after that, you can venture out.
Okay. So I'm gonna write that down on my list. Like I think of Tokyo will be the first place I stop by, because I was always under the master facade that somebody said you should always visit other places before you go to Tokyo, because they made it seem as if Tokyo was just like it encompasses everything, but it actually does what you're telling me, and it's just like there's multiple places there, not just one thing.
Tokyo, it has a personality. Yeah, okay. It's a beautiful environment. It's beautiful to see 14, 15 million people walking around and not having a fight. That's beautiful.
Oh,
I've never seen a fight in Japan. Never.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Hey man, yo, I am about to get on that, like seriously on this. I promise you, man, because I like places that are full of peace, not people like just haggling each other. But I'm gonna say this: thank you so much, Tokyo64, for sharing your experience, your knowledge, and also your just your love and just dedication to help brothers, but also showing us that a man's hard work pays off if he puts this all into it, and also that. Like I said, you travel to Japan, man, you're gonna have a great time. Which I'm glad you've pretty much even fueled me even more to really put in that work to really get to that point. And also, hey man, like I said, I'll be honest. If I lived in Naruto or any of them places, man, listen, I'm having a barbecue. I'm gonna have freaking Tokyo64 over, man.
Oh, I'll be over, dog. You know me. I just jump on that shit.
Nah, that I'm a cook. Hear me? That I'm a
Joe
cook.
City. I'll be right there, dog. I jump from Joe City. I'm right there, man. On the Joe Myoko Shinkansen to Tokyo. It take me an hour and 50 minutes. Bam, I'm right there, dog.
Oh, definitely, definitely, man. Yeah, like I said, thank you for being on, sir. I'm gonna let you get going. Also, my guys,
Thanks,
I said, we're gonna repost his links in the chat. Also, I'm gonna put in the description box below, guys. If you enjoyed this conversation, this information that was gathered by my man Tokyo64, which guys he'll probably be on some other time. Because I would love to have him on for another preview. I'm gonna have all the freaking Japan brothers on, literally, and we're gonna probably just go ham about everything at this time. But
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
No, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, dude, your love, your energy, your hard work, bro. Like you're actually what I'm aspiring to, trying to be and everything. So thank you for being one of my mentors. You and Theo both. So I want to.
Hey, brother, I will see you in Japan, brother. All the brothers.
Nobody got Tokyo da.
Don't touch my stay, man. Gambate kudasai, ne. Mosu ni only kite kudasai. All right, brother. Take you later,
All right.
man.
All right, you guys take care, sir.
Thanks, Wally.
Being here.
Take it easy, brother.
You too, man.
Thanks, Soul Shader.
So Shader, you rock, my man. Thank you, dude. Listen, you and Tokyo64 have a great time when you visit him, man. Learn from him and gather. And if you guys like this conversation that we had, guys, be sure to donate to the Cash App. You know, at J Takashi. Like I said, I may send donations, but also I think what I'm gonna start doing is there's gonna be a donation to get all the brothers back on again, so that I can get them all up on here, so we can all just talk, you know, Japanese-based life, and just spitting the knowledge and information around. Because like I said, this channel is predicated on anime and Japanese culture, so I want to make sure I do I dedicate, you know, I'm about that for this channel. So thank you for the love, thank you for the viewership tonight, guys, and thank you for the respect and the question action. You guys in the chat were amazing tonight. Thank you so much. Wally, my right hand man, thank you for being the moderator, man. Appreciate it. When I dropped off for a second, actually my internet didn't go off, guys. Something was on one of my tabs and it kind of made me logged off. But thank you, Wally, for this. Anybody who wants to talk to us in the back, because I'm actually not gonna go to sleep because I'm out tomorrow. I got some stuff I'm gonna plan and take care of. And hey man, Ian, Soul Shader, Don GQ. Who else was here? Von Eric. Who else we had? I know there's other people. J Pam, thank you. I'm gonna let your soul box. Yeah, okay. And then the man of the hour, Tokyo64, you were amazing, brother. Enjoy your dinner. All in all. And guys, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And like I said, be sure to check out that Cash App whenever you can, man. And if you can't, like I said, if you can't donate, it's fine. You just being here is more than enough. That's if you want to.
Also, if you guys can, just come back to the video and rewatch again. Thank you.
Definitely rewatch it. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be working on the tags and stuff on this, because I'm gonna put down I'm gonna put down IT. I'm gonna put down passport. I'm gonna put down Japanese culture. I'm gonna put all those tags down here for this. Cause I have time tonight. But this has been your boy J Takashi, Wally, Tokyo64. Y'all have a great night, and don't forget to drink some tea, y'all. Be healthy. Be about healthiness. I'm sorry, I said be about healthy. Be about healthiness and wellness, because your health is important nowadays. And you know, with me spraining my ankle for the first time in a long time, it's just a key reminder that I gotta be safe, and I really gotta, you know, just be careful. Y'all have a great night. Peace out.